Pompeii represents a different reality from other ancient cities. It was buried in 79 AD after the eruption, and it was excavated only in the late 19th century. Bringing it all back to surface, although not the whole city was excavated, was a real massive challenge. Many adversities occurred, like robberies of precious objects, the destruction of some of them, and the loss of some frescoes while restoring them. This place was the meeting point of ancient populations, like Etruscans, Samnites, Greeks, Osks, and Romans. Here their cultures lived together for ages, giving birth to new customs that only there exist. People came to Pompeii for many reasons. First of all, for trade, because this city had important trading relations with Africa and Magna Graecia. Many people just escaped from big cities during summer because it was a great location for holidays, thanks to its position on Naples Gulf. Rich Romans could not avoid buying villas there. A very sad thing is that while Pompeii was celebrated by poets and artists, many fake news about it became general knowledge. But some mysteries, like the presence of some volcano at the same time of the eruption instead of Vesuvius, was solved. At the time of the eruption, Vesuvius did not exist, and Soma volcano gave birth to it after the eruption of 79 AD. It was not real that people who lived in Campania did not know how dangerous a volcano was. They just did not want to leave the area, and we know this for sure thanks to many ancient documents. The biggest fake news being told about Pompeii is the date of the fatal eruption. It was just a human mistake committed by an amanuensis. Thanks to the very last discoveries and the presence of a letter in which the correct date is reported, we can finally say that it was in October. The most important clue is the finding of a coin. Thanks to Pompeii's excavations, we know the real origins of gladiatorial games. Italic populations started them in honor of a departed dear ones. Gladiators' classes in Pompeii were different from the ones in Rome. Walls' inscriptions told us many things about their life, their armors, and their combats. We can definitely say that it is not real that many gladiators lost their lives during combats, as we all been thinking for ages. The results of the games reported on the walls said that they fought for a long time, and if they lost, they weren't killed. Gladiators in Pompeii were well paid, were free people, and they fought only against boars and foxes. Another important point is the research about the Mystery Villa that explains the religious attitude of multi-ethnic population. People from Campania had a strong binding with Greek and Magna Graecia culture, but also with their religion. While Bacchus' cult was strictly forbidden in Rome, in Pompeii was a real trend, and it represented a life's philosophy. The fresco regarding the initiation to Bacchus' mystery is difficult to understand. The protagonist of the fresco, a woman, is represented while practicing the initiation to Bacchus' cult, and there is no other place on earth which can show this rite like here. Before the finding of the Mysteries Villa, it was thought that the cult was related only to wine and to intoxication, but actually it had an important philosophic meaning. Another research which is really important to mention is the one made by archaeologists together with Mastro Berardino family to reproduce Pompeii's original wine. They were able to reproduce it exactly how it was, and we can taste the drink that our ancestors loved. This experiment is called miracle because during the 17th century a bacterium destroyed that type of grape. To reproduce it, they managed to use seeds found in Pompeii. Wine was totally different from Rome due to multi-ethnic habits. In conclusion, I would like to remember that without this archaeological site, of which a big part is still unexcavated and mysterious, we wouldn't have many important pieces of our historic puzzle. The main intent of my research is to highlight some special and very recent news about this place.